Hey everyone, wishing you all a very special and happy Independence Day. So for those of you guys who are joining from outside India, today is India's 74th Independence Day and we are all just celebrating it, although from the safety of our homes because of the existing COVID situation. But that doesn't stop us from doing some of the stuff that we love the most. And one of the things that I love the most about the freedom that I have is my freedom to buy all the comic books that I want. So today I'm not going to do any review as such. I'm just going to take you through a bunch of graphic novels slash comic trade paperbacks that I've collected in the last a month and a half. I kind of not did an unboxing for this because I wanted to be careful with the packaging and everything, and I used to just throw it away rather than doing a full unboxing. But today I just wanted to show you the books that I have, and these are the books that you guys will start seeing in the days to come, right? Today video is going to be an Independence Day special, and I had a change of scene because there was too much background noise where I was recording earlier, but that doesn't stop us from doing anything. And you guys could see the stack of single issues that I have in the background. Maybe I'll give you a run through of some of them in a separate video, but today let's enjoy the graphic novels and trade paperbacks that I have right in front of you. I've divided into two stacks essentially. One, it's all Batman, who is from the ones who've been following my videos, they'll know he's my favorite, and the stories around Batman are simply for me the best stories that DC has published in the last like few decades, right? So that's why Batman is so big character to the entire DC universe, and there's been a multiple spin-off characters from him. Even from this No Man's Land #1, you could see Batgirl, you could see Huntress, right? And I think this is Oracle. Now there are a bunch of other characters like Robin, Nightwing, Red Hood. Obviously the set of villains has it's a big list of villains. So I think Batman has the best set of villains in any comic universe, be it DC or Marvel, by a long way. I mean, who can forget the Joker and Bane or the bunch of others. Let's jump right in. So the book which I have as the first one here is Batman No Man's Land #1. It's a very thick book. You guys could see the thickness from the side, right? And this is a feature of all the No Man's Land, the red and black kind of stripes that you can see here. It's a really good book, I've heard, and I just got one, and in fact I've ordered the #2 in this series and it's on the way. So maybe next time when I get the video I will show you #2 as well, but it goes beyond that. I think Batman No Man's Land runs up to 5 volumes. All are big volumes and very costly ones, simply because the stories are so big. I'm not going to take you through the entire story. I think this will take some time to do a review because I need to read it first, and this reading itself is going to take some time because right, I really want to enjoy it, read it slowly, enjoy the artwork in this, and all that may take some time. So guys, you need to wait a bit before I can do a review of this, but in case you feel that no, you should do the review of this ASAP and this should be the first book that you read, please do let me know in the comments and I'll be happy to do so. And for you guys who are coming to my channel for the first time, please do subscribe so that I can bring more awesome stuff for you guys in the times to come. So that's Batman No Man's Land. Let's move that aside and we move to Batman Ghosts by Sam Keith. And this is also another really interesting book. I got it very recently. I simply heard that the story is also pretty grim and should be really interesting. I love the artwork. It's something totally different from some of the Batman books I've read in the past. I am not going to ruin it and without doing a special review, because all of these books needs special attention and a review, which I will do at a later point in time. But that's Batman Ghosts. We move to Batman Black and White. This one is volume 3 and I have also the volume 2 right? And this volume 3 is bigger than the volume 2, and obviously by going by the name itself you will come to know that it is going to be in black and white. The awesome part, oh, I've never seen a dinosaur and a Batman fight. I think that's something which will be very interesting when I go through this book, right? It's like a T-Rex versus Batman right here, although I have no clue what the story is about. So there are, in black and white, for those guys who are interested, it collects a bunch of stories from different well-known writers and artists, which is collected together in the black and white format in this book. Some of them are really cool. So if you're a Batman fan, definitely do pick it up. It's a quick fun read. You don't need to read the entire book because you can simply read one story at a time, and that's the fun part of this, right? So that's Batman Black and White volume 3. The same goes for Batman Black and White volume 2. I still remember the artwork of the first book, right? This is the artwork, and for those of you guys who know that this artwork can be done only by one artist, and that is Alex Ross. And the interesting part is this story is by Paul Dini, makes it more interesting. You could really see the artwork jumping out of the pages here, right? Ultra realistic artwork in this one. Anyway, I'm not going to go too much into this book as well, because we are just running through all these books, not going to do a review. Again, a bunch of stories, black and white stories. I read this one. I would reread it again and enjoy it once more before I share a review with you. The last one I have on Batman is Batman: A Death in the Family. So this is also something which I wanted to get for a long time. This is a very famous cover. If you guys have a single issue of this book, please do save it, because that's a book which is going up in value big time. Obviously, from the name itself, you'll come to know that there is a death in the Batman family, and that is of Jason Todd, right, who gets killed by Joker. No spoilers, I believe, because most of the guys know this story by now. It's been years since it came out, so I don't really call it a spoiler as such, but really want to go through this one. I'm just waiting to jump into it, right? And there is a famous scene. You could see this other awesome cover, right? There is a famous scene in which Batman brings out the body, and that's been etched in the DC history forever, right? And that is this one. So the interesting part of this book is there was a voting done with the audience to see whether Jason Todd should live or die, and in fact the artist and the writer had created a parallel panel in case the audience voted that he should live, right? I think that panel is also collected in this book, although I don't exactly remember where it is, but I'm definitely sure that it is collected. Yeah, that's here, right here, right? I just wanted to show you, and where he says he's alive, thank God, right? So it's really interesting that a comic company will go out and check with the audience on what the final climax of a book is, but that happened in this one, and that's why it's pretty famous, Batman and Death in the Family. We'll go to the next one. This is mostly going to do with Justice League and the big ticket events. So the first one we have here is Identity Crisis. I read it. It's a brilliant book. If you need to buy one of the crisis and the one which is not too complicated, Identity Crisis is definitely the one which is not, right? It's by Brad Meltzer and Rags Morales. A brilliant story. I will do a review of this very soon, right? Watch out for that in the next week or so. Brilliant artwork, and for any fans, comic fans, DC comic fans out there, please, this is a must read. Quickly jumping on to the next one, which is Infinite Crisis, right? There are multiple crisis events, you guys all know that, the ones which change the continuity completely, and this was one such one. Again, artwork, it's so powerful because you need to dwell with a host of, the entire set of DC characters. To bring all that together, I think I need to give kudos to the artist, and obviously the writer also definitely deserves that kudos, but I think the artist has really went out of his way, which was George Perez, right? This was by Jeff Johns and Phil Jimenez and George Perez, right, who did this fantastic book. It's a big thick volume. I will definitely do a review on this one as well, if you guys need to pick it or not. The next one which I have is again a big ticket event. This is Justice League versus Suicide Squad. This is a fun read, right? The Infinite Crisis is going to I mean, you would need to read it couple of times before you understand the whole background and where the story is leading to. Justice League vs Suicide Squad is a fun read, fights, action, twists, right? It's a fast and fun thing. I read it once, I'll read it again. I really like some of the characters like Lobo and the Suicide Squad coming into the fore here. So that's another book that's up for review. And the final one, second last one is for JLA by Grant Morrison, The New World Order. It's a essential edition, although there is some water damage in this one. So I got it for a better rate, the good part. But this is a story that has actually come out in the Gotham comics as well. For those of you guys who are Gotham comics fans, we'll definitely do a review on this because the artwork is also, as you can see, simply brilliant. The last one we have is Wonder Woman Dark Gods. I just picked it up because it was like I was buying a bunch of books from a seller, and I just picked this one as up along with it, right? Nothing special. I'll read the story. I just loved the cover art, so that's why I picked it up. And apart from all this, right, you could see there are a bunch of this comics. I also got a bunch of Asterix in Switzerland, Asterix and the Black Gold, Asterix and the Laurel Wreath, and finally Asterix and the Pix. So these are all stuff I have for you guys, right? Lots of stuff that is going to come up in the review in the next month and a half. So do subscribe, watch out, and once again wish you a very, very special and happy Independence Day. Bye bye.